Hey y'all, it's Charles. I just wanted to cover a couple of quick things about list views and list view charts in this tutorial real quick, and then we'll move on to that record highlights and custom compact layouts and stuff. So let's go ahead and check this stuff out. So there's what's called inline editing in the list view. So you see how there's this little pencil icon next to the field when I hover over it. It moves around. That means that inline editing is available. So if you double click or click the little pencil, you can actually change the stage right there without having to go into the record. So I can change this one if I want to something like proposal price quote. And then I can also change multiple ones at the same time. So I just changed that one record. If I check the box for two of these, and then I do the change, let's say I'll change these two back to negotiation review. And if I leave this unchecked, it'll just update this record specifically. But if I check this box, it'll update both of them. So if I hit apply, you can see that both of them are yellow because they were edited. Or maybe that's green. I don't know. I'm slightly colorblind. What else did I want to talk about? You can sort each list if you click the header up here. Okay, so we actually need to save these changes. So you gotta hit save. Okay, the changes are saved. If you click the header, the field header, it organizes the list based on that that field, or the values in that field, and it does it by alphabetical order. Close date obviously would be in order of date, and amount would be largest to smallest numbers. Probability would be the same thing. So for instance, if I click it again, it'll organize them the other way. So you see proposal price quote is at the bottom now. If I click it again, you see it's going up. Proposal at the top. For amount, I could click this and it would change the order of all the records, and you could see the cheapest one is at up top. Now it's the biggest one. Okay, so there is pretty much what you need to know about list views. And then if you hover over one, this one is locked. It doesn't have inline editing. And it's because probability is just it's linked to what stage the record is in. So in the background, there's a rule somewhere that says negotiation review gets a probability of 90%. And then it says, okay. Well, for some reason, this one says 75%. There's some rules in the background that are going on that determine the probability. Okay. So if we go ahead, we can edit this record specifically. We can delete it. We can change the owner. And then over here you have your list view settings. This controls the list view itself, not the individual records, but the list view itself. So if I hit delete, this high probability opportunities list view would just be totally deleted. And I can create new ones. I can clone this one, so it would just copy this list view, and then maybe I want to name it something just a tiny bit different and change one little filter. So that's where cloning comes in handy. This is just a different display. This will revert our changes, or sorry, refresh the list view in case records have been deleted by somebody else in the organization while I've had this open. I can edit the list. So if I check everything and I hit edit list, I can edit things about it. Maybe. Okay, I don't really get this edit list one. Don't know what's going on with that one. But this obviously it looks like a filter. That is where we get our filters that made up the list in the first place. And then this little pie chart is the graphs, the charts. And you can change the different type of chart that shows up. So you can see by this chart that there's two categories. There's the proposal price quote category, and it gives you the amount. It gives you the amount and the stage. And it sums those up into a nice little visual format. And then you can see there's the negotiation review and their amount. So using this chart, you can easily see that most of this amount is in the negotiation review stage, because this section of the graph is larger than half of the graph. So it's just a good visual representation of your data. You can quickly see so you can quickly gain insight by just looking at this real quick. I don't have to look at these numbers and say, add these up. It looks like most of our money is in the negotiation review stage. Yeah, you can click them. Okay, it doesn't show you anything. This little gear icon, whenever you see the gear icon, it means you can edit something. So if you click it, you can change the type of chart, move it around. We'll go back to the donut chart for this one. And you can create a new chart. And if you create a new chart, you can create the different groupings and how it is made up. So you can name it something different, give it a type, and this aggregate type, aggregate means like a way to pull things together. So it's pulling all of these records together, and right now it's just counting the number of the records. Yeah, right now it looks like it's just counting the number of records, because we just have account name. That's the only way it can aggregate account name, is by just counting the number of records. So if I gave it a, let's say, okay, let's say I wanted to aggregate the amount field. There's a couple aggregate functions that you can use: the average, sum, or count. So let's say I wanted to sum up the amount or average the amount of opportunities. And then you can group by a field as well. Yeah. Okay, so right now, let's say we want them to be grouped by account name, because there's only two. And we want to know what the average of each, company's opportunities are. So, opportunity average. And let's say we want the donut chart, and then let's say we want grouping field to be stage. Okay. Right. Yep. Let's go ahead and see what that is. Okay, so now it's saying something different. We've got the stage and the amount. So we can see that the negotiation review stage, there is a larger average opportunity amount. And if we come over here to negotiation review, there's 270, there's a 100 and a 270. So the average of those three together is this 213, 333. And the average of the proposal price quote is much less. Okay, so there is list view charts and a couple extra things about list views. And that's it for this tutorial. And the next tutorial, then we'll cover the create and customize. Next tutorial, we'll cover customized record highlights and compact layouts. Thanks for watching.